All right, this is a pretty emotional moment. I'm in the grocery store, just got finished getting some groceries out of the grocery store, and this exact Coinstar machine is where I had to come to in 2008 and put money in this machine to get gas money. What's going on, Ben Nolan, CEO Brights? Igera is here. I just bumped into a guy in this store, in this grocery store. I'll have to explain the story to you. I was just in this grocery store just now picking up something, and it's the same store that back in 2008, this exact machine, I took a selfie of me using this machine. I can show you that later. This is the machine that I used when we basically were down and out. We had no money. We lost a $250,000 opportunity that was going to launch our business. Our business, Mario Armstrong Media, is run by myself and my wife, who's the CEO. So both of us were laid off from our jobs. We were out of work, and we had to eat off of Coinstar machines to get us from point A to point B. The reason why I'm bringing this up is I literally just bumped into the guy that I would consider the person that changed or helped change our life. It was that Coinstar machine in that store right there, that Coinstar machine, and a guy by the name of Clark. I've just bumped into, I haven't seen Clark since 2009. This guy, the reason why I want to share this story is because everybody just needs a co-signer. Everybody just needs like somebody to believe in them, somebody to give them a shot. That's what everybody needs. At least one person that's a decision maker that can actually make some shit happen. Somebody that can actually say, I vouch for your idea, I vouch for who you are, I vouch for what you're about, and I'm gonna try to do something about it. You have to still step up to the plate and deliver. You still have to do what you're supposed to do. You have to still do what I believe you can do, but I'm gonna open that door and try to help you out. And if you go through that door and you slam it and you kill it, then you're good. Right? Like, everybody needs at least one person in their life to do that at least one time. Like, one time. And this dude, someone just screen captured me. So this grocery store that I just was in, and I just spent 25 minutes talking to Clark, telling him, he never even knew this story of how much he helped our foundation when we were down and out. So basically, can I co-sign for you? So basically, the short story goes, in 2008, I was laid off. I had decided that I was going to go ahead and pursue entrepreneurship, and then I was going to talk my wife, Nicole, into running the company. The power of someone believing in you is the greatest power. Yes, it is. Yeah, this is crazy testimony I'm trying to give to you guys right now. Share this out. Share this broadcast. People, even if they don't catch it from the beginning of me being in that Coinstar machine, they need to catch the replay. So share this out. Bad connection, jump out and jump back in. My connection still looks good. Everything looks like it's still working. Jump out and jump back in. Please invite people and share this out. I mean, I was literally in this grocery store right now. I don't have an IT degree. This is the whole thing about this whole picture. And how I got on the Today Show is all pure hustle and incredible work ethic, self-teaching and hustle, and never settling, and then making smart strategic moves that put me in positions where I worked my butt off in the media and in places for free so that I could get a fee later on. So I worked from free to fee. It's a whole other story for a different day, but I just wanted to share this quick story with you guys right now, was that, you know, here I am in the grocery store, right? And I didn't expect to bump into this guy. Here I am in the grocery store, and I bump into this guy, and he's like, Mario. And I'm like, holy crap, is that Clark? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, I haven't seen you in like 6 years or five years. And he was like, I see you're doing awesome. Congratulations on all your success. I got Invisalign going on right now, so sometimes my S's and T's don't sound too good. Thanks for the awesome frames. Thanks, good guy, Greg. The Big Dreamer. It's let me see if I can do that really quick. Let me check you out. Let me check you out. Let me check you out. Boom, done, Greg Walker. So wow, that's cool. Can't even tell. That's good. I'm trying to like live through it. I'm on tray number 1. I'm trying to live through this. So yeah, Vin, everyone give up the heart party. I really appreciate you, man, and the support. I'm trying to share the story of testimony really quickly here because I'm in this grocery store and essentially I'm at the checkout line and this guy says my name and I turn and I'm like, holy crap, it's Clark. And I'm like, I haven't seen you in 5 years. And he's like, man, congrats on all your success. You're doing amazing. I'm so proud of what you're doing and what you represent today. And so I said, Clark, I never got a chance to tell you this. Like, I had to get his card again. I don't want to show all his information on his card. I had to get his card again because I didn't have his card, his updated information. So I was like, dude, this is an older gentleman. And I'm like, Clark, you don't know how much of an angel you were when we needed an angel. I didn't go to Clark asking him for anything. This is what happened. In 2008, I'm going to try to give you this incredible story very short. In 2008, I had lost my job. I was laid off. Lost my job. I had asked my wife, who had run 2 other companies for someone else before, to say, you know what, honey, let's go and do our own thing. Let's be entrepreneurs. You run our company. You do the infrastructure, the hiring of the people, the back office, the operations, all of that stuff, because you know how to do it. And I'll run the creative and the strategic growth and the creative plan of where we're going to go. She was all down for it. And in 2008 and a half, we were on our way with a deal with AOL. We had a $265,000 contract that we had worked on for a year. So basically, while I was at my day job back in 2007 in technology, I was hustling on the side on my media gigs. I'd always been working media gigs. I always did my own thing. I was always an entrepreneur outside of my 9 to 5. So in 2007, I'm working on this deal with AOL. We go out to AOL in Dulles, Virginia, and we go and shoot a bunch of pilots. Basically, the deal that we were doing with AOL back in 2007 to take us into 2008 was that we were doing video blogs. So blogging was big at the time, but no one was really doing video blogging. So like you got to understand, this is prior to TechCrunch. This is prior to like Engadget. This is prior to like years before like shit like The Verge and stuff like that. Like this is like early days. And we got paid like $12,000 to shoot a bunch of pilots in 2007, 2008. We shot these pilots. And the pilots was a video blog at AOL. Basically, we were taking cameras behind the scenes at AOL to show the work that programmers and people were doing so that people that were using their products and services could get a sense of what frustrations and things AOL employees were actually going through. I can show you these clips. They look amazing. I got like big hair. I should show these clips. I should go back to the home studio and show you these clips right after the scope. So I want to fast forward the story. The bottom line is we got paid to do a pilot with AOL. AOL loved the pilot so much. They're like, Mario, we love these. We're going to write up a contract for you to do these for the next 18 months. That deal, it was set 14 months. That deal was written up. It was a 15-page contract. We didn't have any lawyers. We didn't even have our business incorporated at the time. So we went and set everything up to get our business all set up. And then when we looked at the contract, it was a $265,000 contract. This was going to launch our company. Remember now, I just got laid off. So I got no job, right? I got no job. And I had about 7 months or so of savings. I've asked Nicole to leave her job to go and run this company. And I'm banking on the AOL deal. 2 days before we go down to a signing party, or we're actually on our way to the signing party in Dulles. We paid for our attorney. We set up our business. We paid like, I don't know, $2,000 or $3,000 to an attorney to go through this whole contract. And then we faxed it over to them. Yes, we faxed it back then. And it went over to them and they were like, great, we're going to have a signing party at our office in Dulles, Virginia. We're like, awesome. All of a sudden, we're getting crickets. Like, I call him like 2 days later, and I'm like, Ken, when can we come down to sign? I'm not getting a response. I'm shooting emails. When can we get a response? When can we come down? I want to come down and do the signing party. And he's like, yeah, it was a fax. Absolutely. Straight up. It was 2008. 2007, 2008. I don't know. Maybe we used HelloFax. Maybe we did. I don't know. I thought we faxed it. We certainly didn't maybe we did electronic signature. I don't know. It was all so young then. I don't remember. All I know is we sent the shit to them. We sent the paperwork signed after paying for a damn attorney and setting up our business. And then we basically were on our way to Dulles, Virginia when we got the phone call that the deal wasn't going down. You ever had that happen to you guys? You worked your butt off for like 12 months. People love what you did. They tell you you're on board and we're going to actually do this deal with you. And then it's all of a sudden crickets. Just cricket, like silence. Good guy, Greg, let me fill you in really quickly. For those that are just joining, because I don't want you to leave, because you can pick up the story really quick. The bottom line is I just came out of the grocery store. I was just in the grocery store. And that same grocery store, I was just showing the Coinstar machine. Yes, Nina, this is just like Last Call. I listen to that song every single day because it's just like Last Call. And a lot of my inspiration comes from that dude and Last Call. And I can explain that on a different scope. Showing the Coinstar machine that I actually used every couple of days to get gas money to get to our next appointment. And in 2008, we were dead ass broke. We had 4 bank accounts coming off of 2 well-paying jobs that were in 6 figures. We had 4 bank accounts. In 2008, when the decision we made to become entrepreneurs and actually go after this full time, we find out that AOL is pulling out of a $265,000 deal. So we don't get the contract. I pull over on the side of the road. Yeah, can we still get that deal? Right. That's exactly what that shit feels like. Rockefeller. It's exactly what it feels like. And it's like, God, I gotta really do a whole scope on that whole Last Call and like where we are and the innovative stuff that we are about to do in April on the web that's going to blow people away with TV programming. I wouldn't call myself, rich financially. I would certainly say I'm very independent and well off, Sazabop7. I don't work for anybody else. I work on my own. We have 10 people working for the Mario Armstrong Media Company. We're doing phenomenally well, and I'm not worried about, my bills, for the next several years. But we're humping hard. We still aren't where we want to be. And I'm by no means rich because I'm not driving the car I really want to drive. And I'm not helping and giving back as much money as I want to give back to others. So this is a story of faith, perseverance, and angels, and what I call co-signers. So if you're new here, basically the short end of the story is in 2008, I was broke. We had 4 bank accounts. We had 0 money. I'm going to do a later scope tonight and actually show you the screen capture of my Bank of America statement that proves this. Secondly, the guy that I bumped into in this grocery store just made me, in my mind, say, I got to scope this. Because the guy that I just bumped into in this grocery store, I had to get his card again because I hadn't had his information. I had to get his card again. And the guy that I just bumped into this grocery store in 2008, when we decided to go after AOL and then AOL said, no deal, we're not doing it. The reason why AOL said no deal, we're not doing it is because Tim Armstrong, no relation to Mario Armstrong, me, Tim Armstrong was the new CEO. And Tim Armstrong put a hold on all new contracts. So if your contract wasn't already in, you're done. You're toast. It was put on hold. I mean, it's what a CEO does when they're trying to course correct the company. They were trying to course correct AOL at the time, and we thought we were on our way to a signing party, and in fact, we were on our way to being told that the deal is not happening. So now we're out of jobs. It's 2008. We run through our 401k because we had to make a decision. Are we entrepreneurs? Or are we just going to go work for somebody else? And at that time, we were both out of work and we had both already committed to being entrepreneurs. So we're like, shit, we're going to continue just going down this entrepreneurial path. If we can make it through this, it's going to happen. We can make it happen. So that happened to me when J-Lo, yes. Oh man, don't even get me started. You know, I used to do stuff at Fuse. I don't know if you know that. I worked at Fuse 2 summers ago, I believe. So the point I'm making is, we were like, forget it. Yeah, it is BS corporate speak, Racer 9, but it was the bottom line. I know several people that had contracts with AOL at that time when Tim Armstrong came in, and he said, everybody put a halt on it. If the ink isn't already dried, don't sign the deals. Our deal, our $265,000 launching pad got caught into that tornado, and we were out. I pulled over on the side of the road, and my wife's crying. I'm like I'm like in tears, and I just said, honey, either we're entrepreneurs or we're not. So either we're going to make it through this or we're not. Either we're going to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and sardines or and noodles, or we're not. Now, mind you, we had a 5-year-old son at the time. Christopher was 5 or 6 years old at the time. We ran through our 401k. We ran through all of our credit cards that we did have at the time, because we went through all of our cash. We had 6 to 7 months of savings, and we went frugal. But the recession hit, and nobody was spending any money on anything. So I couldn't even beg somebody to. This is prior to me being on the Today Show. This is prior to me like blowing up on CNN. This is like prior to like all of that stuff. So it's 2008, 2009, and we're hustling. And the only way that I was able to generate income was from public speaking. Public speaking. And it was like, you know, $500 here, $1,000 there. Out of nowhere, this guy that I just bumped into in this grocery store. Okay, this guy, I just bumped into him today. I haven't seen him in 6 years. He called and he says, Mario, I'm with the financial, he's a strategic advisor, as you can see. And he's like, we want you to come and speak. It was called the Forum. And it's a group of very wealthy insurance financial planner types. So, money managers, wealth managers, financial people. And he's like, you know, I heard you on the radio. I know who you are back in Baltimore. This is local radio. I heard you on the radio. I know who you are, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I want to hire you to come out and speak at a conference in LA. Check this out. I'm going to try to make this story like short and sweet, but you guys got to hear. I know some of you have gone through this exact same thing, and maybe some of you just need to hear this, the perseverance from somebody that's giving it to you real transparent. So he hires us, right? It was a financial planners conference. Oh, Euro is here. Thanks, man. Arthur Gibbs is here. It was a financial planners conference, and it was in LA. Now, mind you, I don't have any money. I can't even fly to LA. Like the guy. So Nicole gets on the phone with the guy, right? And Nicole is like, to get Mario out to LA to come and speak, it's going to be, I think she charged at the time like $6,000 or something. Now, mind you, I was used to getting like $700 to public speak. So I thought she was out of her damn mind. I was like, Nicole, you are going to like drive. What are you doing? You're going to like blow this deal. She not only gets the deal, we then get the guy to pay for our flight. So I don't have any money. This guy pays for our flight. I fly out to LA and I go and do this presentation. I was the most nervous presentation I've ever had to deliver. It was January, it was LA, and I remember this like yesterday. For whatever reason, I was procrastinating on finishing my slides. I don't know what it was. I couldn't break through. I couldn't get the creativity to flow. And it was 3:00 in the damn morning. So that was 3:00 in the morning in LA, and I had to present at 9 a.m. and I still hadn't gone to sleep yet. In fact, I dozed off around 12:30 midnight and woke back up like an hour later out of sheer fear. out of just sheer fear. Something just woke me up and said, Mario, you didn't finish the damn presentation, you idiot. And this guy, that's how tired, that's how worn down, that's how, when you don't have money and you got to fight to make ends meet, and you're fighting for a dream and you're fighting for a vision, the mental exhaustion can be underestimated. You might feel like you're physically fine, or you might feel like you're physically tired. But when you are mentally done and your body can go, but your mind is done, it's the hardest thing to persevere through that, because you have completely exerted every bit of energy out of your body and you have no more to give. Somehow or another, God comes sweeping in LA, in the hotel room, and bam, wakes my butt up at 1:30 in the morning and was like, get in gear, I'm going to give you the second win, you got to get this thing done, and you got to kill it. Man, I don't know what hit me. All I know is I was up at that computer. I had every light on in the room. I threw cold water on my face. I actually went and got ice and put ice on my face. I was doing everything to just keep myself up and awake. I went to bed at like 5 a.m. and got up at 7:30 to make it downstairs for the rehearsal at 8:30, and then I had to deliver the presentation at 9. Can I tell you, at 9 a.m. I delivered this presentation, got a freaking standing ovation at the end of this presentation, and then I went right back to my room and damn near collapsed. Like, just collapsed. To let you know how crazy it was, I was on the same tour, on that same speaking engagement that he hired me for when we were dead broke. He didn't know how broke we were until we told him to pay for our flight. I was on the same speaking circuit at that time with the 4-Hour Workweek guy. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name right now. The dude that did 4-Hour Workweek. Somebody tell me, I can't even. I'm gonna be so upset that I forgot my man's name. Tim, thank you, Jesus. Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss was speaking at the same conference. And I was like, what the hell am I doing in the same room with Tim Ferriss? Like, I got no money in the bank account, nothing going on. And this guy gave me a shot. So the whole moral of the story is, today, I'm in the damn grocery store getting groceries. It happens to be same grocery store with the exact Coinstar machine that I used. I don't think some of you don't even know how serious I am about this. Like, I'm going back over there. Like, you got to see exactly what I'm talking about. Like, let me walk. I'm walking back over to it. Where are my keys? Okay, I got it. This is the exact Coinstar machine that I used in 2008 when we were broke. And this guy was the exact guy that hired us in 2008. I don't understand how. I've never seen him in this area. He doesn't even live in this area. I don't know what the hell he was doing at this grocery store, but he was at this grocery store, which is the same grocery store of the Coinstar machine that I used. So this is why I'm like crazy emotional and like flipping out right now. It was this one right here, this machine. This machine changed everything. This machine right here. I took an actual selfie. I took a selfie of me at that machine back in 2008. I'm going to show you the selfie in about 30 minutes when I get home. I'm going to pull it up on the big screen so you guys can see this. And that's how we got gas money. That's how we got grocery money. And that's how we made ends meet. And the guy that hired me for that whole story about the financial seminars and the public speaking, he didn't know how dead-ass broke we were. He didn't know we just lost a $265,000 contract with AOL. He didn't know that. He didn't know we were out of our 401k. We were maxed out on credit cards. He didn't know any of that stuff. And he goes, Mario, I've been hearing you on the radio back in Baltimore, and I want to have you come out and speak to these financial planners, and it's in LA. Can you do it? And I was like, yeah, I can do it. So Nicole, runs the business. She charges the amount. I go out to LA and I crushed it. Here's the thing. The minute after I killed that seminar, that speaking engagement, This is what I mean about angels in your life and people that co-sign for you. Everybody that's watching this scope, everybody that's had a piece of this scope, somebody wants to open a door for you. Somebody wants to help you shine. Somebody wants to claim your success and help you blast through the clutter and get to your greatness. Somebody wants you to do that. It's just how hard do you work for it? How much action do you put out there? Do you ask people for help? And do you show with your work, not your words, that you're credible, that you can deliver, and that you can execute? And so guys, I'm about to like straight up cry up in here, man. Because this is just too damn surreal, and I can't appreciate you guys enough for like listening to this story, because the reason why I'm sharing this is not because I'm trying to tell anybody about me. I could give a damn less about me. If my story doesn't help somebody else, then why the hell am I on Periscope doing this? So somebody in this room, please share this with somebody that it can help, that may be struggling, that may be going through a tough ass time, that may need to hear from somebody else that actually went through that same tough time. I didn't meet him at the Coinstar. I met him at the cash register. He didn't know that this Coinstar machine, I had to stop in the line and tell him, I said, Clark, I never told you this story. And he was like, what? And I was like, you don't understand, man. You didn't know how broke. Shit, man. You didn't know how broke we were. And you had no idea that we used that Coinstar machine in this same grocery store that I've never seen you in. That I've never seen you in before. And I'm seeing you 6 years later. Ah, shit. And you don't understand how much of an angel you were. How much of an angel you were. And I hugged that man today. 6 years worth of hard ass hustle and success, man. I know he had to be like, ah, shit. I know he had to be like, why is this dude hugging me so damn hard? Because I was hugging his ass up for 6 years, 7 or 8 years of straight grind and hustle, and people saying, you know, you can't do this, you don't have the money, it's not in your bloodline, how are you going to make it happen? You know, just the no's and the doors being slammed and all that shit. And it's just like, he didn't know. And the reason why this is what's so crazy, guys, is because he opened that one door. Yes, Margot. God is absolutely, this is crazy. Because he opened that one door, here's what happened, guys. And here's why I need all of you to find your cosigner, find your angel, find your mentor, find the one person that's going to open that door. And then you got to kill it when that door gets open. You can't halfway do it. You can't partially do it. You have to do it. You have to do it at your highest level that you even shock yourself. You got to be able to do it so high and so strong and so powerful that you look back at yourself and be like, I did that? That came out of me? That's how you got to deliver. Because let me tell you, I'm going to wrap this up on this part. This is like the last part of the story. After I went back to the hotel room and literally crashed because I only had like 3 hours of sleep. And after having a standing ovation, you heard me say Tim Ferriss and other people were speaking at this same conference. This guy told me none of those speakers got a standing ovation. I'm not knocking them. But for whatever reason, I went above and beyond. I looked at, when I look back at that presentation now, I don't even know which Mario that was. I don't even know. That Mario was like so on another level. You ever do something where you're just like, oh my gosh, I was just so on my A game. I don't care if it's been in sports. I don't care if it's when you were a little kid and maybe you won a trophy for something. I don't care if it's a spelling bee that you won and you crushed that daggone spelling bee. I don't care if it was a piano or a musical recital or a play you did when you were a young kid. Like everybody has a moment when you totally killed it and you were just like, oh my gosh, I was so on my A game. I don't even know who I was right then. Right? Like everybody's had at least one moment in your life. You got to use that moment. This is another scope for another day, but I try to teach people to use that one moment, whatever that one moment is in your life, for your visualization tool to get you past whatever challenge you're dealing with today. But that's a different scope for a different day. Back to this story. And I'm going to read your comments in a second, but I just got to get through this story because I'm going to keep crying and I'm not going to end. Because I slammed that presentation so much, out of that one presentation, I got 3 more presentations from 3 different people that were in the audience that represented other organizations. By the time I was done speaking on what seemed like a financial planner's tour where Mario was going to like almost every damn financial management conference and wealth management conference, talking about how to use technology to grow your customer base, how to use technology to retain your clientele, how to use technology to help build your brand in the financial space, in the financial sector, so that you could have more clients and get wealthier clients to manage bigger amounts of money. On the 5th presentation, guess where my wife and I end up? We end up in Hawaii, in Kauai, Hawaii, because we got to speak at the $1 Million Roundtable. If anybody looks this up, go look up. You can Google it. You don't have to do it right now, but Google the $1 Million Roundtable financial speakers conference or something like that. But the $1 Million Roundtable is essential. Put it this way. If you know any of these names and you know what I'm talking, Seth Godin spoke there, and Tim Ferriss. Seth Godin. If you know Seth Godin, you know the level Seth Godin is on, right? Seth Godin is the absolute shit. Like, he is the man in marketing, branding. Like the Purple Cow book, I was on his thing from early on. He was speaking at this event. I'm in Hawaii, people. Broke in Hawaii, speaking at an event that has Tim Ferriss and Seth Godin. All because of this guy that I bumped back into 6 years later at this damn grocery store that I'm at right now, which has the exact Coinstar machine that I used in 2008 when we were dead ass broke. That's what I'm talking about. He opened that door. I stepped into that door and I killed it. Killed it so much that I had 4 or 5 other speaking events that followed that up, with the culmination of me being invited to speak at the $1 Million Roundtable, which means any attendee that's in that audience, their net worth had to be at a minimum $1 million. At a minimum. You can't attend, you can't be a part of the $1 Million Roundtable if you don't have $1 million net worth. So I'm in a room full of millionaires and I got to do this presentation in Hawaii, dead ass broke, with people like Seth Godin and Tim Ferriss. The bottom line is I killed it. Nicole ended up charging some really good money throughout all of these presentations. And the public speaking from this one opportunity was able to get us to start to dig out of that debt that we had created by deciding to continue to be entrepreneurs. So for any of you that are feeling down and out, for any of you that are new here and just hearing this, please follow me. Please, I'm trying to grow the amount of impact that I can have on Periscope. I love talking to you guys. I love keeping it real. I love bringing the honest truth, my real stories, my real experiences, my ups and my downs. You guys know that I put it all out there for you guys. I'm the founder of the Never Settle Club, for those that do not know. I just lost all the lights in the car. I'm the founder of the Never Settle Club. For those of you who do not know, if any of this is relating to you, this is what I scope about regularly. I also scope about technology. I also give you Periscope tips. I'm the guy you see on the NBC Today show talking about technology, but that's not how it all began. So I appreciate any follows. I appreciate any of you that were sharing. If you guys want, I'll take questions right now if you want to give questions. But really, I just wanted to share this story because I feel like all we need, I was going to do a scope next week on my word. I do a lot of the word of the day scopes. And I was going to do a scope next week on the word cosign because I feel like we all need a cosigner. And this is really what the essence of why I'm sharing, why I'm giving you like the real authenticity and like or like the straight up honesty and just telling you the whole story is because I want you guys to know that that was our lowest low. I know for some other people, they've been, homeless, they've had it really, really bad. That was our roughest low. I mean, we were eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Nicole was eating sardines and we were literally crying probably twice a week trying to figure out how to make ends meet. When you got to call your mother-in-law and ask her for some money or ask her to actually pay for your groceries, it's just, it was rough, man. It was rough. It was rough. It was rough. We had beat up cars. They were old. It was rough. Something happens. You can't get it fixed. So my whole point is peanut butter is healthy. Not so much sardines, though. And I don't know if a bunch of ramen noodles is healthy either. Not as much as we ate. So if you believe in God or if you believe in a spiritual force, if you believe that if you put out energy in the universe responds, if you believe in the laws of motion, that every action gets a reaction, if you believe in that, then if you take action, you will get a reaction. Too many people talk about where they want to go. Too many people get frustrated about where they want to go, including me. I get frustrated all the damn time. That's why I actually feel like right now, right in this moment, right here today, even though I can say we have 10 people that are team members working at Mario Armstrong Media. We have a law firm. We have a financial accounting firm. We have partners. We're like doing phenomenally well. And even though I can say all that right now, I still feel like the industry is still bastardizing me. The industry has still not recognized what I believe is my full greatness and is still not at the highest level giving me the chance to really show them how I can explode. And that's why I feel like a lot of times I'm in a Kanye West moment right now. And many of you may look at that as like, oh my God, Kanye West, that's the worst thing to kind of connect yourself with or have an influencer by. I don't care about how he acts and what he does that you guys read in the rumor mill. I'm talking about going back to like 2006, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm talking before Kim Ye. I'm talking way before any of that stuff. I'm talking before his first album. When he was trying to drop his first album, everybody was like, oh, Kanye's just a producer. He's just a producer. Let's just hire him for beats. Like, this guy was killing it on beats. And everybody wanted to hire him for his beats. But he would go into these offices and he'd be like, but I can rhyme. I can write. I got creative ideas. I know I belong on stage. I know my artistry is something bigger than just making beats. And I'm trying to tell you right now, like that, I feel trapped. And I know some of you feel trapped. You feel like, why are they boxing me in? Why can't they see my other potential? What do I got to do to prove it? Right? Like it could be in your job. It could be on your freelance assignments. It could be with your clients. It could be in a company you're working for. And you're just like, man, I'm out. You aren't even touching, like, you're getting like 55 to 60% of who I am. You're missing a whole 40 to 50% of more greatness that I could be delivering right now because you guys don't see it. Advice on how to find a cosigner. Yes, I'm gonna do that on a separate scope. All I'm trying to say is don't let people box you in. Right now, we are working so hard on the biggest thing that we are about to launch. He knew before the world, he saw his own greatness. This is true. This is true. And this is my point. You have to know what you're great at, people. Not what you're good at. Not what you like to do. Not what you decided to do because it was comfortable. Not what you maybe fell into because it's easier to pay the bills this way. You have to actually own up to yourself. You are put on this green earth for your greatness, and you owe it to yourself to pursue that thing 190,000 quintillion million bazillion %. And all I feel like is I'm trapped. People don't know I'm a talk show host. People don't know I have an Emmy Award for hosting a TV show. People don't know that I already did a local TV show back in 1999 and 2000 when I bought my own airtime and hosted my own TV show on a local affiliate in Baltimore, Maryland called WMAR TV. And when I go to these executives in these big office buildings and I lay out the plan for what I believe is going to be one of the hottest shows on the internet, they're just like, people don't want that type of information. It's too positive. People don't want to write things down and make their lives better. People want to look at more destruction and chaos or people just want to be entertained and take a recess for life. Nobody really wants to work on their life. Everybody wants to take a recess from their life. I'm like, well, that's because you guys keep feeding them bullshit. You keep feeding them trash. No wonder no one wants to do anything better with their life. They think they can look at TV and see somebody else that they think is doing worse than them, and that's your way of making them feel good? So you're going to put more garbage out so that somebody else's garbage looks better than somebody else's garbage so they feel better about themselves. What? So I can't talk to them anymore. I'm on the Today Show. I've been on every TV talk show with the exception of Ellen. I've been on Steve Harvey, Rachel Ray, Queen Latifah, Wendy Williams, I can't. Katie Couric, 6, 7, 8, maybe 10 times on Katie Couric's show. It's like, yo, what else do you need for someone to kind of say, look at this idea. I'm about to do something that's going to incorporate technology, which is what I'm known for, which is why I'm on the Today Show talking to 5 to 6 million viewers every month about tech. And what, you guys just think I'm some gadget head? You think I'm just some nerdy, geeky gear dude? Have you seen any of my tweets? Have you seen any of my Instagram posts? Have you seen any of my periscopes where I'm blending inspiration and technology together? Okay, you don't get it? Fine. I'm going to do it myself. And I'm trying to tell you guys, that's what you might have to do. And for us, this is the biggest undertaking Nicole and I have ever set out to do. And we are about to try to hustle to raise as much money as we can. We are about to spend a lot of our own money, which could put us right back into 2008 being dead ass broke. I'm not going to make a dumb decision, but we're betting everything on this. Damn near everything on this. Because this is all I got. This is the greatness that I believe I'm supposed to do, and I need a bigger platform to do it on, and I want to do it the way that's going to kill it, and it's going to blow TV, and it's going to blow the web away. And all I'm saying to you guys is if you have an idea for your office, for your job, for your project, for your company, for your consultancy, for your freelance gig, for your employer, and they aren't getting it, figure out how to do it yourself. Find another co-signer, find another mentor, find someone else that believes in you, or just believe in yourself and do it yourself. It's hard. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's hard. But figure out a way. Like, don't let up. Figure out a way. I've had negative voices trying to stop me, and there's no way they're going to stop me. We're trying to launch this thing in April of next year and do it in Brooklyn. I'm done talking about it. I'm done talking about it. I'm trying to share a moment of energy. I'm trying to give you guys my love, my challenges, my stories. my perspective on success and the struggle. I'm not driving right now anywhere, Millionaire Talk. I'm just sitting in the car, man. I don't scope and drive. I hate scoping. I hate people that scope and drive, by the way. Please don't do that. It's the wackest. You're going to get yourself killed or hurt somebody else. I'm not driving. I'm sitting in park. That was pretty emotional for me, guys. I just wanted to share that emotional moment, man. I think what I want to do right now, though, is I think I want to get back to the home. And I want to get back to the home studio and actually fire up the big screen and actually show you guys. I want to show you guys. I took a screenshot of my bank account in 2008. And I took like I said, I took a selfie of me at this Coinstar machine. I want to take you into the home studio and show you these pictures. Like, if you guys want me to do it, then I can literally say in about 20 minutes, I'll be back on Periscope with a better connection in the home studio. And I want you guys to kind of maybe do a part 2 of this with me. Maybe we can do a Q&A. Maybe if you have questions on things you're stuck with, maybe I can give you some advice or help you out. Let me know if this is something that you guys would have an interest in, or I'll leave your Saturday nights alone. But if you're feeling this and you would want me to go back and kind of, show you exactly some of the pain. Let's see. Okay. Boldly Living says yes. Heidi Girl says sounds great. Funk Master says blow it up. Me loving, yes, interested. E. Garrick, hand clap. All right, good. Okay, boom. Yeah, purpose for living. Nothing like being broke to drive and hustle. Yeah, but being broke can do 2 things to you. It can either drive you to hustle more, or it pushes you into the corner of complacency. Being broke either pushes you to want more as motivation, or it pushes you into the corner of complacency. You may not be a complacent person or even want that choice, but for some people, it makes them retreat because it's too tough and it's rough and it's painful and it hurts. And it's like, I can just get a job paying me a little bit more money. And you're right. You don't want to be in that corner. Complacency breeds regret. Complacency breeds regret. All right. So this is the deal. My city just launched 10 megabyte internet for business. Wow. Are you in, Bruce, are you, they launched that initially in Kansas City. Is that the Google Fiber? Are you talking about Google Fiber? 24th month goal to be financially free. You got it. Purpose for living. Do it, man. Use that as motivation. Build that vision board. Get that visualization going. Make sure you meditate, see it, speak it, put it in your phone, put notes on your bathroom mirror like I do. I'm going to go to the home studio, and I want to take some questions for you guys, as well as show you some proof to this story that I'm sharing with you. I want you guys to see some of the proof behind the story. I'm going to show you 3 things. I'm going to show you the bank account statement. I'm going to show you the Coinstar selfie. I'm going to show you my true statement in 2008 from Bank of America's that I screen grabbed. And the third thing I'm probably going to show you is maybe a few seconds of a video clip of the AOL thing. Or maybe I'll show you a few seconds of the actual speech that I did in LA that set everything off on fire. Either way, I'll look into that. Purpose for living. Thank you. Either way, I'll be back in about 20 minutes with a Never Settle scope. Tonight I was going to scope Periscope 101 tips. I was going to help people that are newbies to Periscope really understand how they could use it. And maybe I'll still do that. But I'm going to go home. I'll meet you guys back here in 20 minutes. Would love your questions. Thanks for saying that you would be there for me and want to come back around. And I appreciate all of you. You can still share this out. People can watch it on replay. And if you aren't following me, I would appreciate a follow if this resonated with you at all. I really appreciate your time listening, and I hope it helps someone big time. All right? Oh, and while I'm on the topic, you may as well look into the Never Settle Club. Become members. If you aren't already, become a member of the Never Settle Club. all you got to do is go to Facebook and search on hashtag Never Settle Club. It is a closed group, but we will let you in. Hashtag Never Settle Club on Facebook. It is a closed group, but we have, 3,500 or so positive people from around the country, all helping each other never settle and never give up on our dreams, our passions, our desires, our goals, our bucket list. So we're all in on helping each other be successful. That's what I started that group for. It was a way to kind of give back, and it was a way to help people that needed to get off their own island, or that felt like they're on their own island, or feel like they're treading water and not going anywhere fast, and they need a support system of positive, like-minded people that want to see people grow and be successful and live in their greatness. So hashtag Never Settle Club, search for it on Facebook. When I get back to the house, I'll make sure to hit join and let you guys, make sure you guys all get in. And you can check out the website too, neversettleclub.com. Tons of video content just like this on neversettleclub.com.